I'm not wearing my usual robe today because my day had an unexpected turn. I went out to get my mail in my robe, and I noticed that my car, which has a fabric convertible type roof, had a slash on the side and then a slash on the top. Some sharp object was used to cut it. And at first I thought it had been broken into, or attempted to break, because it seemed by the driver's door, looked like there was a attempt to wedge something in there, but I'm not sure. That may have been there from before. This is, I've had my car before this twice broken into, and the ignition was all jacked out and, you know, attempted to be hot wired, but this time I think it may have just been some vandalism. The town I live in, it's a quaint little town, but does have some crystal meth issues from what I've heard, and so late at night, people wandering around feeling angry or whatever might feel like, you know, a little cut to something might alleviate the pain. So, you know, it's typical when you have like something stolen or damaged to feel violated, but then I felt like, okay, like within a minute I'm like, what does this mean? What is the symbolism of this? So I thought, well, I'd been thinking about getting a car, you know, trading this one in, getting another car, and I also thought, is it a sign that maybe I should move from this area? And, you know, these big things, these big choices. And then I thought, well, you know, I have a light at the top of the stairs that go down to my place, down this hill, that because it was dark, it made it, you know, more likely for somebody to mess with my car. And I've wanted it to be fixed for the last week and a half or something that it's been out. But my landlord tried a bulb. It was not a bulb, it's an electrical issue. And I had been thinking, how long is this going to go on? Is this going to be an issue that goes on for weeks or months or whatever? And right before doing this video, I got a call from my landlord saying that they were going to, you know, get an electrician tomorrow. They were going to have somebody come out in 2 days. That was a friend of a friend or whatever, but they're going to handle it professionally now, so I thought that was good. And I also thought about how this morning, when I woke up, I had been thinking about the direct connection with God through the crown, and getting peace from that connection with the divine, and as opposed to getting it in a more vertical, horizontal, a more vertical way of getting peace is through relationships in which if we like what people are doing, we feel good. If we don't like what they're doing, we feel bad. And keeping that strong connection from the top, and not getting so tangled up in what other people are doing. That was coming through to me strong today as part of my kind of awakening reflections and so forth. And so before doing this video, I was exercising and thinking about how this incident occurred and how I wanted to talk about it in a little video. And I thought, the cuts on the car, like a gash up on top and then a gash in the side, which was just about, you know, very reflecting that parallel. And I also reflected on how, although this is not a choice, something I would choose to happen, it's also an opportunity for me to look at my attachment to material stuff. At first I thought the cuts were all the way through, so I thought that being in the rainy season here, that the interior of my car would get wet. But on closer inspection I found that there are different layers to this vinyl or fabric or whatever the convertible top is made out of. And so it doesn't leak all the way through. So I put some duct tape on it, and on the side one, which is more visible, I painted it a dark blue matching the color of the fabric. And the top one I tried painting it, but then the tape started to curl up. It didn't work as well, so I just left that one, this kind of brown duct tape color, brownish tan duct tape color that I have. And I ordered some dark blue duct tape on eBay because I thought I hardly ever use a car and I don't need another car, and this could be an ego test for me, that if I do use it, or people that go buy it see that there's duct tape on it, then that can be a trigger to my ego in terms of, like, you know, it looking bad and that being a reflection on me and so forth. Or if I go somewhere and they see a gash or duct tape on it, like, what will people I don't know think of me? And that's an opportunity to transcend caring about that. And in the process, I talked to my neighbors who came out while I was working on the repair, and had an opportunity to find out that they were familiar with Mercury in retrograde, which I thought was kind of neat, and also leveraged, you know, with they use the same light as me to go down the stairs, and we have the same landlord, so got them interested in helping to make that happen, which it's going to happen anyways. Another thing I reflected upon was I did a video the day that the Christmas underpants bomber guy did his thing, and it is currently titled "Not Fixating Upon Dramatic News Events" or something like that. And I thought the main point of that video was that although it's easy to get caught up in these news events when they happen and, like, you know, really find out everything you can find out and really focus upon all that information, it can really start to feel uncomfortable. So I thought that we also have our personal news events, and that although I can be tempted to use this as a source of sympathy or pity, which can feel like, you know, attention and that kind of thing, that I can also just treat it like a news event. It's like, this thing happened, and now I have gashes in the fabric that I didn't have, but I don't have to feel a lot worse about it. And I really don't feel that bad about it, because in the big picture it's not a big deal, and I can afford to have it taken care of if I wanted to, but I think I'll just use dark blue duct tape and let it be for now until I feel guided to do something else in the reparative realm. Thanks for listening.